February 2003. Mike Tyson is 36 years old. Behind him are dozens of knockouts, world titles, fame, and scandals.
Ladies and gentlemen in attendance, boxing fans,
He stepped back and did it again, stepped off and around, and ripped that uppercut to where Mathis was ducking right into it.
9, 10. He didn't beat the count.
Many were already saying he was finished, that the monster would never return. And across the ring stood Clifford Etienne, nicknamed the Black Rhino, a ruthless puncher who survived prison and turned himself into one of the most dangerous prospects in the heavyweight division. His aggression, his style, his story, they made him the perfect opponent to finally bury Tyson's career. Fans waited. Could Iron Mike shock the world once again? Or was this truly the end? Like Mike, Clifford Etienne spent his childhood and youth in not the wealthiest areas of the USA. The gifted athlete from childhood was fond of boxing, but his soul was closer to American football. After having achieved success in this sport, the 16-year-old Etienne planned to link his future with it. However, all his ambitions and plans were cut short overnight in the most cruel way. Clifford was a member of one of the new Iberian street gangs, and in 1988, for an armed robbery of a shopping center, he was sentenced to 20 years in a Louisiana prison. In prison, after a fight in which he finished a prisoner who insulted him with one blow, Clifford attracted the attention of the head of the Police Athletic League, who advised the guy to focus on boxing. And the results didn't take long to come. During his stay, Etienne took part in 30 official fights, each of which ended in triumph. The boxer stood out with an incredibly aggressive style. What Clifford lacked in technique, he made up for in aggression. For this style in the ring, even during imprisonment, Etienne received his nickname, the Black Rhino, which he liked very much. After 10 years, in 1998, the boxer was released from prison for good behavior. The debut of the Black Rhino in the professional ring took place in December 1998, when John Randell was destroyed in one round. But Etienne, in addition to technical flaws, had one more significant flaw. The Black Rhino was deprived of a very important quality: resilience. In February of 2000, in his 14th fight in the professional ring, Clifford found himself on the floor of the ring in the first round after being hit by journeyman James Jones. Luckily for Etienne, Jones failed to develop his success, and in the second round capitulated under the pressure. And it is not surprising that before the fight against another prospect, future world champion Lamont Brewster, in May 2000, the Black Rhino was considered an underdog, but the boxer managed to close the mouths of his critics. The more active Etienne managed to confidently outbox his opponent, hitting more accurate punches and timely hugging him in the clinch. As a result, a confident victory for Clifford with a score of 98-92 and twice 99-91. In November of the same year, the boxer destroyed another prospect, Lawrence Clay Bay, who had a solid amateur career behind him. A bright and spectacular fight over time began to go Clifford's way. The score of the judges was 97-93, 99-91, and 98-92, in favor of the 28-year-old Etienne. The fight received the title of the Best Heavyweight Fight of 2000, and the boxer himself, the title of the Most Spectacular Boxer of 2000, from the most honorable magazine, The Ring, and had a contract with the company Showtime. In his personal life, everything was also as good as it could be. In the same year, Clifford's wife, with whom he tied the knot immediately after his debut in professional boxing, gave birth to a wonderful daughter. A successful career, a loving family, what more can a person want? A cold shower of reality hit the boxer in March 2001. A repeated winner of the Golden Gloves tournament in amateurs, and at that time a promising professional fighter, Fres Oquendo, most cruelly demonstrated the weaknesses of the Black Rhino, the lack of defense, and not the strongest chin. 7 times. Fast Fres sent the opponent to the floor, eventually achieving victory in the 8th round. As Etienne's wife later recalled, after defeat from Oquendo, negative changes came to the boxer's life. He became very aggressive and sometimes behaved badly. Clifford came back from failure in the fight against Oquendo with 5 victories in a row over the journeyman, and in July 2002, he tied the fight against strong South African Francois Botha, who unsuccessfully was a contender for world titles 3 times. And after that, the chance of a whole career loomed, a fight against Mike Tyson. Entering the ring in an excellent mood, Mike Tyson looked at his opponent and his mood became even better. "I saw the fear in his eyes," the legendary champion would later say. When the starting gong sounded, both boxers rushed to attack each other, and if Mike's aggression looked logical and justified, Etienne's reckless tactics, without care, looked surprising. Consequences for such tactics were inevitable. In the beginning of the first round, Tyson's powerful right hook sent the Black Rhino to the floor of the ring.
Here at the outset.
With a count of 10, Clifford still failed to take a vertical position, and the referee recorded a knockout. All this took Mike only 49 seconds. It was sometimes sweet and surprising to watch how Iron helped the opponent to get up, and after that he warmly hugged him. The audience wasn't satisfied with such a fast fight, and Etienne, depressed by the failure, went to the locker room to the whistles from the stands. After the defeat from Tyson, something finally broke in Clifford. In 2005, the boxer twice failed to capitalize on opportunities to gain a foothold in the top ratings of boxing organizations. In January, the Black Rhino was knocked out in the 3rd by future title contender Calvin Brock, and in May by future world champion Nikolay Valuev in the 3rd same round. But the main troubles awaited him outside the ring. In August of the same 2005, Etienne was arrested for armed robbery, kidnapping, and attempted murder of police officers. It is difficult to say what pushed the boxer to such terrible crimes. According to former coach Buddy McGirt, he asked Clifford to retire and take care of his health after losing to Brock. The coach was worried about his inappropriate behavior, and after the said fight, he stopped working with him. But Etienne chose his own path. In June 2006, on the basis of a combination of crimes, he received a life sentence. Fast victory over Etienne gave Mike's fans hope that in the fight against Lewis, their idol just had a bad day, and he would certainly return to the race for world titles. But this comeback of the legend, unfortunately, turned out to be the last bright flash of a burnt-out light bulb. The problems of Iron with endurance have not disappeared. In July 2004, having started the fight brightly and managing to shock his opponent in the first round, Mike was knocked out by Danny Williams in the 4th round. And in June 2005, he lost to journeyman Kevin McBride. Despite the fact that he was leading on points, after the 6th round, a completely exhausted Tyson capitulated in his corner. And after the fight, he announced his retirement. "I want to apologize to my fans who paid money for this fight. No disrespect to Kevin, but if I can't beat him, I can't beat anyone. I do not need to deceive myself and dishonor my favorite sport. I see no reason to enter the ring anymore," said the legendary champion. So, on this note, ended the career of one of the greatest heavyweight champions in the last 50 years. But we, the boxing fans, will remember him for not the crushing failures of the last years of his career, but for the bright victories in his best years. For his speed, strength, amazing technique, primal aggression, and thirst to prove that he is the best. And that's why the author wants to say, "Thank you, champion."